nazad u drugu rundu Hrvatskog National Championshipa 2023. godine. And welcome back to the second round of the Croatian National Championship 2023. And here in round two, we have the defending national champion Ivan Emanuel Dobrovšak on the left side with a very interesting deck choice, I would say. I think he decided to do a not so salty run back, actually. He won last year with a similar deck, not the same, of course, but a similar concept. And he's back, and he decided to, play the same version of the same, well, not the same deck, but something similar, let's just say it that way. On the other side, we have a relatively unknown and new player, so we are not sure what they could be bringing out here, but we expect it to be a very good match in either case. Ivan is someone that has multiple tops spanning across Croatia and spanning across Croatia's history as well. He's been known as one of our better players, representing us at multiple international events, as well as just doing really well in our own home country. And I expect this to be a very good match, as he's also our defending and reigning national champion. And 1 second. And they're about to start. So, let's see who wins the dice roll. So, Ivan rolls a 5. His opponent rolls a 4. So Ivan will be going first. And this will be, well, rather interesting. As, I think we're just about to see a set 5 into a pass. But, a set 3, okay. I guess I overestimated myself. So what we could be guessing from the 2 cards in his hand is that they're most likely monsters. Could be, I don't know, could be potentially a Eldlich, maybe 2 Eldliches. I'm not quite sure. And here we see, not quite sure what that was. Pot of Extravagance, okay. So we might be having a trap deck mirror match, okay. So let's see what they draw into. So it resolves. Now, I'm trying to think what deck could play Pot of Extravagance, and the only things that come to mind are like Eldlich, Lab, maybe Flu, but I highly doubt it's Flu. What is that card? I can't really see because of the glare. I guess we'll see in a moment. And it's an Eldlich mirror. What are the odds of that? Huh. Okay, so I believe Black Elixir has to summon in defense position, if I'm not mistaken. I think that might be the case. Yeah, let me just quickly fix that. Okay, well, I had to go quickly fix that issue. Elixir only summons in defense position, not in attack position. So that was a technical misplay on, well, both players' parts. They should be catching that. But it is what it is. Happens to the best of us. So, it's a set 5, and considering it's an Eldritch Mirror, this could get very interesting very fast. So he decides to Golden Lord a random set card, which is very brave. Okay, he changed Scarlet. Seems fair. I believe that the person that gets Golden Lord in rotation first is usually the one that wins this mirror. The control mirror is like a bit more interesting than the any other version of Eldlich that we've seen before, in a way, because they're way slower, and usually like the trap cards such as Ghost and Match, Rivalry, etc., don't do much, if anything. And we do see a Haquero in that sense in Scoop. Yeah, cannot do anything there. Haquero just has way too much control in the mirror match. It's way too hard to play. We might see a rather sacky match. One power card might decide it if one side doesn't have judgment, so it will be rather interesting to see what happens here. But yeah, definitely the pot of extravagance plus the added draw just from turn. Really a lot of advantage for Christian. Ivan could not do a lot here. It is what it is. But yeah. We will see what Ivan decides to do here. I'm sure that he can bounce back. He's someone that's known to have good mental, so I do not expect him to easily tilt and just give up after one game loss. So yeah, let's see what happens here. And as we go into siding, we can debate, I guess, a little about their siding choices. I would expect them both to be, well, hopefully to be running some sort of back removal, although I'm not sure if they have that much back removal in their side decks, as back removal in this format is not the best. Decks are very combo heavy, it's very monster heavy boards, back row is very rare, so I doubt that either side has a lot of back removal. The most I could see is maybe like Cosmic Cyclones or evenly matches, especially since it's like an Eldlich deck, and an Eldlich deck really can easily control tempo with just Cosmic Cyclone, and Cosmic Cyclone is a very versatile card that can be sided into Pendulum decks, it can be sided into any deck that just plays around a singular field spell, anything along those lines. So I would expect them to play cards like that before cards like Lightning Storm. So yeah, definitely interesting. Will be interesting to see what kind of back removal they'll be siding and playing in their decks post side. And I also am interested in seeing who goes first and who goes second. I would possibly expect Ivan to look to go second here, as the added card that you draw for turn for going second could be, well, just a massive advantage point. So yeah, let's see what happens here. And okay, I take a sip of water. Let's see who decides to go first, or well, if Ivan will decide to go first or send his opponent first. I would expect him to just go second, so yeah, let's see what happens here. So they both draw 5 cards. Okay, Ivan starts with Ella. Pays 800. So he did decide to go first. That is a very, I guess, brave and interesting choice. No better way to say it. He really, I guess, just isn't afraid of Evenly or Lightning Storm, which is fair. In this format, I would expect it. Okay. He decides to keep most of his back row in hand. This is a very good move by Ivan. Just playing plain, simple, and minimalistic Elden control. I like what he's doing here. If that set is Scarlet and Pasakero, he's really good to go. He has nothing to be scared of. So that is going to be another extravagance, and it will also resolve. Wow, that is very crazy. Extravagance resolving is so key in this matchup. It's just free bonus cards, no downsides, just draw. Completely free. And it seems that Ivan has a response here, and it is Scarlet. Now I do believe that the way he played this was actually misplayed. I think he should have Scarleted before the extravagance resolved, as after extravagance there's a chance that his opponent draws Ash Blossom. So yeah, I'm not a fan of what happened here, but We will proceed. We will proceed. And I believe that his opponent is just, well, checking his extra deck. Sets 1. Sets 2. Sets 3. 4. 5. And that's a pass. Okay. So Ivan is actually in a pretty good state here, because Eldon resolving here gives him a second Golden Lord, and 2 Golden Lords will get to work fast. He switches his Lord to attack. Okay, he seems to have... This is actually weird. I'm not sure why he kept Rivalry. I can see a Rivalry in his hand. I'm not sure why he decided to keep Rivalry post-side in his deck. I do not believe that is the wisest choice, honestly. And there'll be Dogmatica Punishment on the Golden Lord. And with an Omega, that hurts quite a bit. That Omega is very, very, very strong here. The moment the Lord is outed from either side of the field, the Omega can easily just recycle it, which could get very painful very fast. So Ivan decides to opt to not summon the Lord, and it's because he has a Lightning Storm in hand. Well played by him. And he will be Lightning Storming his opponent's back row, and there better be a response here, because if there is not, this will be over quickly, as Ivan just takes control. So his opponent seems to be thinking Judgment. Okay, that Judgment did a lot. But Ivan still has Golden Lord in hand. He can clear another back row, which is very crucial in this game state. And he also has Conqueror plus Scarlet in grave, which gives him infinite resources to play with. But I'm very tempted to see. Okay, his opponent uses Conquistador. Okay, it seems that we are in the end phase right now, as Ivan chose to keep all of his resources in hand. Okay. He's just resolving his Eldlich traps. Golden Land forever. Interesting choice. I'm not sure how happy I am with that choice, but let's see what happens. And wow, that's just another extravagance. Now that is... Wow, that is lucky. I'm not going to lie, that is extremely lucky. I would be... If I was Ivan, I would be pretty mad at this point. Because all of his back row is known, his opponent resolved 2 extravagances. He has 0 hand knowledge. And he's just in such a bad spot right now. Any additional back row that is set right now has infinite value from his opponent. Plus he has like, I don't know, 5 cards in his hand or something? 4 or 5? Plenty. Yeah, should be 4. So let's see what happens here. His opponent opts to set 1. Set 2. Set 3, and I would just assume pass turn. As Ivan keeps going through his resource loop with his Eldlich monsters. Pretty casual games here right now. Okay. And he opts to use Hakero. Yeah, I do believe that Omega is quite a huge threat that needs to be cleared. I definitely agree with this decision. And that rivalry is just so weird. I'm not sure why he never started it out. There also seems to be a log golem in his hand, if I'm seeing correctly. I'm also confused why that is anywhere in his hand. And okay, Golden Lord effect. Interesting. Opts to snipe a random back row and hits Sakero. Okay, pretty good. Now, he gets a lot of information from this Sakero. Like from this Sakero, he can assume his opponent does not have a Scarlet because he would probably chain Hakero and Scarlet to clear the Lord. So we can guess that he does not have a Scarlet set, which is very good for Ivan, as his opponent still does not have Golden Lord access. So let's see what happens here. As Ivan opts to just... Okay. On the There Can Be, he opts to use his Golden Land forever. Now this is not a good game state. I am not a fan of this game state for Ivan. I think his opponent is in absolute control. I don't think he had to commit that many resources to the current board state. And I think he's rushing things a bit too much right now. But let's see what happens. Okay. So his opponent has a back row to flip. It's another punishment. Wow, he has the Entus. Interesting. Okay. I guess he kind of got lucky with the extra banishes. It is what it is. Okay, and we see the quick play. Now, the quick play elixir is something that is very, very important in the mirror match. As we can see that Hakero decides most of these matches, the person that runs out of Golden Lords first is usually the one that loses. So as mostly how this mirror goes is just Hakero control and just banishing the Lords. Having access to just continually summon out the Lords matters a lot. So I'm definitely a fan of the quick play spell usage here by Ivan. But I'm not a fan of the game state he currently finds himself in. As we know, his opponent has a Scarlet. And I would assume a lot of good trap cards in his back row. So let's see what happens here. As he just decides to set to not use anything and pass. I think I do not agree with him not using Scarlet. I think he definitely should have used Scarlet, Crash Conquistador, and just gotten more resources in the loop. Not sure if I'm a fan of just trying to stay neutral, because Ivan gets a lot of pressure from these Golden Lords right now. And okay, as Ivan draws his first extravagance, and now this might be the turning point of the match. Definitely, depending on the draws, we could be seeing a game 3 here. So let's see how lucky he gets and what he draws. And he draws a Tikaboo. Now, I'm not sure how good that card is right now, but I believe it's possibly better in Ivan's hands than in his opponent's, as he already has Golden Lord established in his graveyard. But let's see what he decides to do in the current game state. Potentially just trying to kill his opponent might be the best choice of action he can do. It might just be the only play. Trying to kill him as fast as humanly possible. As that is, I sadly cannot see what that is. Torrential Tribute, okay. So he decided to combo. Interesting. I'm not sure why. Seems like a waste, but okay. I'll assume that we're in the battle phase right now, but I don't see the point of torrentialing. at all. I mean, I guess you can't really get a better spot to torrential, but like you just didn't need to torrential either, so not the biggest fan. Yeah, and this one can't summon an attack, so that is, and that's another torrential tribute. Oh my god. Well, now Ivan has 3 golden lords in grave. And that is not good. I will not lie to you, that is not good. He is not in a good game state right now. Because now all of his lords are in grave, and his opponent just using Hakero clears them out easily, and Ivan cannot play. So any banishing, any removal from this point onwards hurts a lot. So let's see what happens here. And I'm still not sure why Ivan decided to play Lava Golem in his deck. Also, this Golden Lord should be in defense, since it's main phase 2. I'm not a fan of it being attack. And that is a Harpy's Duster, and wow, that hurts a lot. That hurts a lot. Because Ivan's opponent has all of the tempo now with his Eldlich traps. That really hurt a lot. So let's see what he decides to do here. So we are in the end phase right now, as his opponent is using Conquistador. And I will assume just sets a Scarlet. I don't see a reason to go for anything else. I mean, I guess he does have a Scarlet in rotation, but okay, sure, yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I guess it's fine to go for Black Awakening. Oh wow, that is a judgment. Oh wow, that is a judgment. That is a big draw. So let's see what he decides to do here. I mean, surely you just start with Black Awakening. Like, there is no reason to save it. As he does opt to do so, but he does it with his Golden Lord. Interesting, okay. That's a good play. Now, what phase are we in? Did he say that we're in the end phase? He did not. So we are still in the main phase. And yeah, Ivan's opponent just has complete control from this point onwards. I'm not really sure like how Ivan gets out of this. As Christian is just in way of a favorite position right now. It'll be very difficult for Ivan to crawl out of this one. If even. But you never know. Let's see what happens. Now that is an extravagance, okay. That is a way out, potentially. As we will see if that resolves. I do not think he'll let that resolve. I think, honestly, that just gets hit by a Solemn Judgment. Honestly. I think you just judgment that. Yeah, I agree with this decision. I do not think giving him a +2 right here is very good for him. So let's see what happens. I do believe that Ivan is out of Eldlichs. I think he only has... I'm not even sure what he has left at this point. I think he's all out of Eldlich Engine. He's just playing with normal traps. And that usually means, yeah, he has one more Hakero, I think. And that's it. One more Hakero, maybe one more Conquistador. What happened? Yeah, he's out. he's out. That's game. And Ivan Emanuel loses the Eldlich mirror. Damn. His opponent actually really outpaced him. That's the word that I would use. He just got outpaced. His opponent played really well, and yeah, he lost. And thank you for tuning in for round 2. We will be back for round 3, hopefully shortly.